Hello everyone and welcome to Around Town. We are on location here at the University of Michigan Dearborn Studio, TV studios, and we are with three individuals who are going to talk to us about veterans and the different initiatives that they are spearheading. So today is about veterans. We have with us the amazing Nadine Jones, and she is founder and director of Love a Michigan Vet Project. And when we talked to her, I called her the Energizer Bunny earlier, so you're going to find out why. We have Tom Pittock, who is part of the Office of Veterans Affairs and is the coordinator here. And we have Bill Bazzi, who you will recognize as one of our Dearborn Heights councilmen. He's also the commander of the Dearborn Allied War Veterans Council and also the Veterans Mentor Coordinator. So welcome to Around Town. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for the work that you do. Nadine, this is a new initiative, and it is called you have an event coming up on April 12th, and it's called the Veterans Court Kickoff. So tell us about what that is and who's going to be there and why you're actually having this.
Well, actually, there's a Veterans Court that's opening here in Dearborn, and since we are affiliated with the City of Dearborn, with being in Dearborn, we are doing a kickoff here for veterans. So we just got word of it, and Tom and I decided to host. So basically, we're hosting the event.
Wonderful. So Bill, you are going to be one of the mentors for this program, and it's sort of a court system that's put together directly to service veterans who have made maybe bad decisions or are in trouble through the court system. So tell us how that works, and I know you're associated with the 19th District Court here, so tell us how that works and who's going to be in charge and who's going to be coming through the courts.
So it's the Veterans Court program, but we call it Veterans Treatment Court.
Veterans Treatment Court.
Yeah, so it'd be like Veterans Treatment Court. So it'll be helping veterans who's been in contact with the law, and
in a negative way.
In a negative way,
okay.
Yes, exactly. And we've been doing this. I've been doing it for a while. You know, with Redford. Redford's been doing it for years.
Okay.
And Judge Hunt, when he came on board with Dearborn, he decided he wanted to actually bring it also to Dearborn because it's been a topic for the last, I would say, at least 6-7 years.
What would set that apart from a veteran going through our normal court system?
The Veterans Treatment Court, they'll have mentors like ourselves. That's one of the things when Nadine and Tom will be kicking it off. We'll be seeking volunteers to mentor the veterans, and they're closely watched and they're being mentored also by people like us, mentors. And that's one of the things that'll be unique. And they go through a special session with other veterans, and also with Judge Hunt is a veteran himself.
Right.
And also they'll bring in people from the VA or various organizations that can help with, if veterans having issues with PTSD, we'll be able to send them or seek help for them.
So will they be getting special treatment in terms of breaking the law, or is this something that their sentence would probably be the same, but they would get maybe some help, some additional support to be able to recover from that?
Actually, no, it's not special. It's not special. They're not treated special. They're treated in they're expected more out of them. And if, let's say, they can ask them at any time, they have to submit for a test for drugs or alcohol. So they're not, they're held accountable more than a regular court. So instead of probation, they would have to go through, every month they would have to report to court, and they'll be discussing their progress. So the mentor will be talking to them at least on a weekly basis to make sure what their progress is. So we will be talking to the mentees. We call them mentees, for if they're scheduled for 2 years to be in the program, they would have to go in front of the judge every month for 2 years. And there's different phases that they go through. And when you graduate the first phase, there's a second, a third phase, and the last phase is a graduation. So at the end of the program, if you pass everything, you do everything like you're supposed to, you graduate, and there's a ceremony
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a very in detail. So it's a lot of things that they need to do to be part of the program as well. They
Okay.
can't just say, you know what, I'm going to be part of it. There's a lot of expectations.
Okay. So Nadine, that's maybe where you come in. So tell us about this this event and this kickoff and how that sort of relates to what you're doing.
With the kickoff event, we're hoping, I said, to find more mentors because the peer-to-peer mentor is really important for this program. So we're looking for volunteers that day. We're going to have like a little small luncheon. We're bringing in resources as well because it's important for these veterans to have resources. So if they're struggling financially, need help with housing, counseling, legal aid, we're trying to get those bases covered for them.
Oh, that's wonderful. And as the university, you have many students that go through a program that is specifically designed for veterans as well. Tom,
That
tell
is
us
correct.
about
We
that.
have about 150 veterans each semester that attend using their GI Bill. Upwards of 350 to 500, depending on the semester, that are undeclared veterans. So they're essentially veterans that don't indicate that they're using GI Bill. So our role in this is to help facilitate the courts with perhaps some mentors for the program.
You also do some stuff with female veterans, and you have an event that you're kicking off as well called the Female Veterans Stand Down, which is November 3rd. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so actually I'm a student here as well. I'm the president of the Association of Women Veterans here on campus. So I work with Tom in the office and I work with the Student Veterans Association as well. So we offer support to veterans on campus. We hold different events. Veterans here on campus as well is open to the community. Last month on campus we hosted a military sexual trauma recovery and healing workshop.
For veterans?
Yes.
Okay, female veterans?
Yes, for female veterans. And then on November 3rd, our Female Veterans Stand Down. It'll be our 3rd annual here on campus, the 5th annual that I actually assisted with. And last year, 300 female veterans registered. We had 68
Is this
service
free?
providers. It's all free. It's free to the service providers, free to the veterans. We have lunch, clothing, shoes, toiletries. We did massages and makeovers last year. We had breakout sessions, so it's a really nice event for female veterans.
Now, the veteran program is female and male. It's not just
Yeah, that is
oriented
correct.
towards one thing. So in regards to U of M, and I know you said that this program was about maybe 4 years, 4 plus in the
Approximately 4
making.
years old, yes.
Okay, and now what is your primary role in regards to
My
doing
role
that?
at the
Is it
university,
admissions, membership?
yes, it's to make sure that the veteran students or military affiliated students are have a clear understanding of what resources are available to
Right,
them
and a
on
lot of them
campus
don't.
and in the community. In my previous position at a California Community College, I was a school certifying official where I reported enrollment to the VA, and I have a very good understanding of how the GI Bill is to be used, and I'm able to share that knowledge with the veteran students who are perhaps exploring coming to the University of Michigan Dearborn.
Now, I know that there's a huge issue with PTSD. So what are is there any facilities or resources that you have to address that particular issue, Bill?
Part of I'll tell you my past experience with Redford Veterans Treatment Court as well.
And they already have this sort of program in place, as you said earlier.
Yes,
Okay.
Chief Judge Karen Khalil, she leads that program over there. She's the lead judge.
Right.
And so what she does, she actually has counselors on site at the court. So every month, on a Monday, usually the first Monday of the month, somebody's there. And if there's any issues, they can talk to the individual, the mentees. And there's been some that has aggression or, like say, domestic violence. So those,
Issues,
yeah,
mhm.
some issues with that. And so they're actually sent to, there's a place in Battle Creek, that's for the VA. And the VA actually sends them over there to Battle Creek. It depends on the level of the training that they want them to go through. It's usually 1, 2, 3 weeks of training. So they do have programs, but the biggest problem is for veterans to admit that they have an issue
Right.
with PTSD, and that's one of the biggest issues that we see.
Sure. That's really hard. So this is all covered as well. It's all
Yes.
taken care of, and there's no out of pocket for these veterans. When we talk about veterans, and unfortunately, and this is really sad, but you think about homeless veterans. And that those two words should never be put together, because those are people that have gone to fight for our country and have, you know, given a lot and sacrificed a lot. So when you talk about homeless veteran, you know, what resources do we have for them, and how are we helping that particular population?
I am a founder of Love a Michigan Vet Project, and it's a nonprofit that works with military veterans and families. So we actually serve dinner at a veteran shelter every month, and we help supply with sheets, towels, blankets, toiletries, whatever they may need at the shelter. When they leave the shelter, we help furnish their homes for them. And the last 3 years, we held huge Christmas parties for the guys at the shelter. So we do have resources for that. And also, if there's a veteran that is facing homelessness, there's grants and funding and different organizations there to help. So if a veteran does come to us with a need of facing homelessness or PTSD or whatever it may be, we have resources. And actually for the PTSD, for the non-veteran court veterans, we actually work with the Dearborn Vet Center. There's a local organization, and they're able to help as well.
So you have an event that's April 12th, which is the Veterans Kickoff, which is the court associated kickoff. You have April 27th, which is the Veterans Graduation Commencement Social, which
so our commencement social is the first one that I'm putting on here at the University of Michigan Dearborn that I know of. And what we're doing, we're going to honor the veterans that are graduating from the programs and be walking in the commencement ceremony the following Sunday. So each veteran is going to be awarded a challenge coin, and we'll be able to wear that at the commencement ceremony. And it is open to the public, and we really would like to have the community support.
Bill, as a former Marine, well, you'll always be a Marine, but as a retired Marine, what advice can you give to those veterans that are out there that really don't have a vision and don't have a direction for their life, and just sort of are, you know, out of that element and back home and having to get back into society and be a productive citizen? What is the advice that you would give them?
What I'd like for them to do is actually talk to someone, talk to people like, you know, like us, Nadine or Tom or myself. There's a lot of mentors out there, or anybody any veteran from any organization. And that's one of the things, you know, with any veterans organization, it's very successful when you have veterans leading the organization, or something like Nadine. You know, sometimes you have somebody whose family has been in the military and they're more passionate about veterans as veterans themselves. And I really want these guys or gals, you know, to come and talk to somebody and just, you know, we're here for them. And that's one of the things that you see at the Veterans Court, you know, or Veterans Treatment Court. When they come through, you see a big change, you know, when they check into the court versus, you know, when they graduate, you know, huge difference in themselves.
So there's many resources in terms of healthcare, in terms of legal issues, in terms of PTSD, and in terms of education. So sort of have that covered. So I guess the plea would be to just reach out, find someone, talk to someone, and get the resources that you need to continue. And of course, we're very grateful to all the veterans out there who have given of their time, of their life, and have given the most valuable resources that they have is their time and their service to our country. So thank you all, and please reach out to these wonderful human beings, these wonderful individuals who are there to help you, and get some more information about the court system, about education, about health care, and about the needs that you very much deserve, and as a country should definitely provide to you. So thank you all for joining us on Around Town. Nadine, Tom, Bill, thank you all for what you do, and thank you all for being with us today.